We gather today in celebration and to give thanks. Let us pray. Spirit of life, creator, source of boundless compassion, we thank you for this day and for the insight to recognize our gifts and serve you with gratefulness. Bless these graduates as they pursue their dreams in unforeseen ways. Provide them with the courage to move beyond fear and doubt, to find strength in their capacity to care for others, to respect the diversity of humankind. Help them to be mindful that true success is born of meaningful relationships and a community that embraces peace and justice. Through your gracious spirit, we ask that you bless them with patience as they explore new horizons. Bless them with humility to face the success and abundance. Bless them with compassion for the poor, the sick, and suffering. Bless them with generosity in the midst of the challenges to come. Bless them with gratitude for friends, mentors, and family who have supported them through this journey. And bless all of us, family, friends, faculty, mentors, and supporters as we share in the joy of their accomplishments. Amen. You may be seated.
Good morning. I'm Toby Goodlett. I am the chairman of the Board of Trustees for Columbia College, and it is my great honor to welcome you to this commencement for those receiving degrees from Columbia College. For more than 165 years, the college has provided an incredible education to students from the Midlands, South Carolina, the nation, and globally. Today, we come together to celebrate the accomplishments of each of you as you prepare for the next phase of your life. For some, it may be a first job. For others, a step up in your career. And for others, it may be pursuing a higher degree. Regardless of where the road takes you, we are thankful that you chose to spend time with us, with our faculty and staff, and with one another at Columbia College. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations. Please join me in a big round of applause for our graduates. Dr. Zelphine Smith-Dixon is one of Columbia College's own, graduating with a bachelor's degree in special education. Her educational journey includes earning a Master's of Education degree from South Carolina State and a Doctor of Education degree from Nova Southeastern University. Dr. Dixon-Smith also holds a Master's of Arts in Christian Studies from Luther Rice College and Seminary. She has a long-standing history in improving achievement for schools in South Carolina and Georgia. She has received many accolades for her work and was presented the Will Lou Gray Outstanding Educator Award by Columbia College in April of 2018. Dr. Smith-Dixon currently serves as the State Director for Special Education for the state of Georgia. She's in charge of directing programs for over 200,000 students in the state. She serves on a national level as a board member for the National Association of State Directors of Special Education. Dr. Smith-Dixon is a member of the Covington Area Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. She serves in the ministry at Doreen Center Church of Atlanta. She has committed her life to public service, ministry, and the transformation of economically disadvantaged communities. Dr. Zelphine Smith-Dixon lives in Conyers, Georgia, but she tells me she's from South Carolina. She was very clear about that. With her husband, Marky Dixon, and her children, Miles, Megan, and Mason. And I think Miles is 5. And his number one question this morning, he wanted to make sure he was going to eat. Please welcome, we are honored to welcome one of your fellow koalas, Dr. Smith-Dixon.
Good morning. Today is certainly not about me, it's about you. So to the Board of Trustees and the President of this fine college, Dr. Carol Moore, I humbly accept the invitation to be the commencement speaker on today. But more importantly, congratulations to the class of 2019. Now, I must say that as I observed the graduates coming in today, I noticed something that was a little bit different. Because when I graduated in 1996, there were only Seasters. And so now we have added some Brewsters to the group. And it certainly does look good on Columbia College. So to the faculty and staff, to the family and friends, on behalf of the graduates, I say thank you. Thank you to everything that you have done to get them in the seats that they're in today. Thank you for every act of kindness, every accountability, every time you would not let us quit, because we knew that we were better than that. Of course, I am grateful to my family, and that was Mason, age 5, who wanted to know, is he going to eat? So, Dr. Moore, I promise to remain in commencement speech etiquette for most of it. But you cannot put a preacher in a robe, in a pulpit, and not expect at some point for me to give God the praise, the glory, and the honor that he so rightfully deserves. Because when I look back over my life and I begin to think some things over, I can truly say that Columbia College, I've been blessed. I am a captimony, and that will not be in Wikipedia. And I'm not standing here alone as a captimony. You too have your own stories to tell. And I encourage you to tell your stories, because who knew a young African-American female born the 10th child to a family in an economically disadvantaged community and home could stand before you? Who knew something good could come out of Utahville, South Carolina? Who knew that even when my mother never had the opportunity to be educated in a classroom the same way we have been educated, that greatness still stands before you? Who knew? So I am standing before you to tell you your past and your process are irrelevant. Graduates, don't ever allow anyone to dictate where you're going, because where you have not been yet. So I share this point of privilege because you too are a captimony. You're sitting here, and there were freshmen who started out with you, but they were unwilling or unable to persevere to today, but you did. So I'm standing here to encourage you to think about all those moments, think about all those people, think about the times you wanted to throw in the towel. You did not want to finish that paper. You did not want to stay up all night and eat snacks and study for your exams, but your college professors would not let you quit. Your family would not let you quit. And so I am so reminded in our Columbia College history of something that happened in 1964. You see, the college had been tried by fire several times, but we still don't smell like smoke. And so in 1964, we experienced what was called the most devastating fire for our time. And the then President Spears did as only he could. He gathered the graduates in College Place United Methodist Church. And in the midst of all of that destruction, where nothing else was standing, he looked them in the face the exact same way I'm doing to you right now. And the story is told that he reminded them nothing had been destroyed that cannot be rebuilt. Columbia College, we've done it before, and we can lead this nation and do it again. Nothing has been destroyed that cannot be rebuilt if we #rebuild together again. So in the midst of that destruction, here we are, we're seated here. You think about it, so many of us have been impacted by life. So it's not just that we're sitting here today and we're getting a degree because life has happened. Maybe you lost a family member. Destruction around you was real, but it can never destroy the power within you to rebuild. And so you have to consider all of those things. So each of you have accomplished an outstanding journey that was prepared uniquely just for you. Some of you will go on to continue your education. Some will come back here to Columbia College. And others of you will move on to the wonderful world of work. So I'm paid to say that, but it's not always wonderful. The Columbia College experience is so unique, and I've done this a number of times. It doesn't just prepare you for education, it prepares you for life. The Columbia College experience prepares you to lead, to serve, to liberate others, to address the social justice issues of this time. And so I say to you, you are seated here today on purpose. But in order for you to take your seat today, someone took a stand yesterday. And so I really want you to think about it. Who are you going to stand for tomorrow? And so now is the time for the only charge that I will give you today. I'm trying to be very strategic and go deep and not wide, because I want the words of wisdom to haunt you 6 months from now, 6 years from now, when the college parties and the celebrations are all said and done. I want to ask you to take your seat and celebrate today, but to plan to stand tomorrow. I want to give you the charge to rebuild together again. So it is important not to allow the destruction around us. So some of us have been impacted by cancer in our families. The destruction of cancer is real. We have to acknowledge the destruction, but not accept it, because the power within us to rebuild will be real as well. So some of us acknowledge the criminal justice system and how in many instances, sometimes justice just doesn't always seem right. But the reality in it is the destruction around us could be real. But I'm looking at leaders who have the power to rebuild together again. So we are all seated here, and we are so very familiar with the painful reality of a divided Congress in the United States of America. But it really doesn't matter, because I'm looking at leaders who are resilient enough to rebuild together again. So koalas lead, koalas serve, koalas liberate. So who are you going to set free tomorrow? How are you going to use this degree to take someone else's life to the next level? I ask that as you consider how you will lead, how you will serve, how you will liberate, I want you to consider how you will use your heart and your hand and your head. I ask you not to be the next leader who only does busy work with his or her hands. If your heart isn't in it, it's not worth doing it. Being a leader is not just hard work, it's heart work. And so as we are talking about rebuilding together again, I am so reminded of the African proverb. It reminds me that if I want to go fast, Zell, you can always go alone. But if I need to go far, then I must commit to going together. You can go very fast and rebuild some things in isolation, but that's not what this community needs. That's not what this state needs. That's not what the country needs. That's not what the globe needs. It needs the next leader who will be willing and will be patient to rebuild together again and go far. And so as we just think about all of these opportunities, as I will not be before you long, because I'm standing in between you and something very important happening. But when I was here at Columbia College, I always had a love for English, but I was scared to death to be an English major. And so yes, I remember Dr. Z and Dr. Haight. They are still hanging in there with the best of them. And Dr. Haight, while I could not commit to being an English major because I graduated in the top 10 of my class, but I came off to Columbia College to hit a hard reset button and start over, because I recognize that sometimes the best that a local community has to offer may not always be competitive across this nation. But I'm standing before you to tell you, if I have ever seen an institution that models and embodies the principles of we will not discriminate. We will take you where you are. We will love on you as much as we can. And when we release you, you will be ready to lead, you will be ready to serve, and you will be ready to liberate. And so I want to share, as my only moment in time to be a pretend English major, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that passing there, had worn them really about the same, and both the morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. You are seated here today because you are a difference maker. You are the difference maker that this community is waiting on. You are the difference maker that mental health concerns are waiting on. You're the difference maker that the criminal justice system is waiting on. You mean the difference between kids reading proficiently by 3rd grade. You mean the difference with kids continuing to graduate. You mean the difference with kids going to bed at night, fed and not hungry. You mean the difference with changing economically disadvantaged communities and homes and transforming that opportunity into advantage. You mean the difference because you will take the path that has been uncharted. You have the leadership potentials that will be required to leave the circle of comfort, and sometimes leading means leaving. Sometimes it means you have to leave everything you've ever known. Sometimes you have to ask questions no one has ever asked. Sometimes you have to make people around you uncomfortable. And so I say to you, you're not just getting a degree, you are getting life credentials from an institution that has stood the test of time for 165 years. And for anyone who will ever challenge me, how did Columbia College do it? We didn't do it because we never had challenges. We didn't do it because we never had the opportunity to look at a declining enrollment. We didn't do it because we weren't tried by the fire. We did it because we've always invested in our koala capital. We did it because we've always branded and put first our students. We did it because we've always cared about our families. We've done it because we have always been willing to go together and rebuild together again those things that matter to the people we care about the most. And so I say to every college graduate, your journey moving forward will not be my journey, and that's okay. If you are unwilling to serve, a smart person once said, you are unfit to lead. But that's not our story, because this is how we are built. And so for the next time you find yourself in a tough situation, for the next time you walk into a boardroom and they are discussing the circle of comfort of the same things we have been discussing for 50 years and wishing for different results, you will be the change. You will be the difference maker. You will be the person to politely raise your hand and say, nothing has been destroyed that cannot be rebuilt. We will acknowledge, we will not accept, and if you are unwilling or unable, I am. To the graduates of the class of 2019, I salute you, my brothers and my sisters. I am so proud of you, and I bid Godspeed in everything you do moving forward from this day. Have a great day.
Well, welcome to the class of 2019 and to all of your friends and family here with you today. It's really hard going after a preacher. And my task really has partially been done. As you note on the program, I'm supposed to give you a charge, and I think you've been charged. But I'm still going to charge. So you all thought you were going to come here and it was going to be one big party, and you thought all your exams and lessons were over. Not so much. We have a couple lessons left for you. You just got several, and I have 3. Giving a charge to the graduates is an awesome responsibility, and I've puzzled, as I do every year, but this year a little bit more. And I've decided on a 3-part charge. The first comes with a little story, and the other 2 with some quotes. So the first is the story of Dan. not his real name. A long time ago, those of you who took LA 100, some of you did not, but it's the Introduction to College course. I taught that course somewhere else. And I had a student in the class, in first class, they had reflection journals to do after every class. And the question on that early day in the class was, why did you choose a college education? And I read all the journals, and towards the end of the stack, there was Dan's. And I started to read the short paragraph, well, not really a paragraph because there weren't really sentences in there. As I read the lines in ill-constructed grammar, I was a little disheartened. And I thought, what can I do to help this young man be successful? And I read on. And the last sentence was actually a sentence. And it said, I came to college to get an education because education lifts up your spirit. And I thought to myself, here's a young man whose writing is not so great, but is very insightful. He's going to make it. And he did. And so the charge here from Dan's paragraph, that paragraph that captured the best I've ever seen or ever read of what education is about. You have been lifted up by the faculty, to be sure. You have been lifted up by the staff, by your family, by each other as you challenged each other along the way. And so my charge to all of the graduates today is you must go forth and you must lift up the spirit of others. Doesn't matter that you weren't an education major. You are still a teacher. You can teach the people around you. You can share your knowledge and your insights. Lift up the spirit of others. Second charge is a quote by Albert Einstein, and I'll paraphrase, as soon as you stop learning, you start dying. Think about that for a moment. This is not the end of your journey. This is the beginning of another chapter. And you're really only about chapter 5 of a 25-chapter book. Charge to you, never stop learning. Be intentional, be aware. Be aware of the learning opportunities that surround you. And make sure that every day, when you put your head on your pillow, you can say, I learned this today. And if you haven't learned anything, then recommit for the next day. Every day you have opportunities to learn and to lift up someone else's spirit. That's your obligation. So the third is a paraphrase again from an old quote, those to whom much has been given, much is expected. You are soon to be a graduate of Columbia College. It is a privilege, and I challenge you as you go forward to remember what a privilege it is. You have been given much, and we expect much of you. Remember through the rest of your journey that you are to lead, you are to give service, and you are to be socially responsible. And Delphine and I agree on that. It is your responsibility as a Columbia College graduate to live all three of those. Lead, serve, and contribute to making this a better world. We expect nothing less of you. So come back often. Let us know your stories, chapter 6, chapter 7, and so on. Stay in touch. You are always welcome back here at Columbia College. And always remember, you are a Columbia College graduate. We expect much of you because you have been given much in your brief time with us. Congratulations to all of our graduates. We are so very proud of you. We know you're going to do good things in the world. Remember your charges. We expect that of you. Congratulations.
Make sure to bring my glasses so I can see everybody. Good morning to all distinguished guests, faculty and staff, and most importantly, the amazing CC students and graduates present. My name is Nakaya Bias, and I am the class of 2019 senior class president. My speech today is going to be a speech full of quotes. Quotes are things that I hold near and dear to my heart, and when poignant enough, I always remember in times of stress. My time at Columbia College hasn't been picture perfect, but it has been perfect for me. I came in as your first year student, unsure and unaware of what college had to give me. I had somehow formulated the idea that despite being here, on campus, at an educational institution, that I wasn't really in college. The first week ever so smoothly and ever so quickly showed me that I was wrong. I was really a student who was really in college and really doing work. That first week of orientation, I met some amazing people and friends who became family. Some who stayed and some found happiness elsewhere, but every interaction I had made a lasting impression on me. I am so grateful to have attended CC with so many impressive young people, but most of all, I am forever thankful to be a part of the class of 2019. We're a class that is truly unique. From our first steps on CC's campus, upperclassmen referred to us as a class that was different. And I took that as meaning new, challenging, and refreshing. We walked in ready to change things and ready to see things from a new viewpoint. No matter the meaning, I know that the class of 2019 will always be remembered. Not only did we make a mark, but we made a mark that will forever be ingrained on this institution. As you may remember, I said my speech will be full of quotes for you to take along with you. My first quote comes from Franklin Delano Roosevelt. One of his most famous sayings is, "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." So as we take on the world ahead of us, do not walk softly in fear that your footsteps may be too loud, too announcing, or too powerful, but walk instead with the idea that the only thing I truly fear is backing down because I am afraid. Fear of the future cannot act as something in which stops you, but instead as something that starts you. When I'm nervous or afraid, I remember the fact that what I'm scared of has to get done. And because of that, I go into situations fearless, with my head held high, and with the appearance of a person with no worries. The thought of the unknown is, in fact, scary, and the thought of being too much is, in fact, scary as well. But acknowledging that you have the wherewithal within you to do well outweighs any fear. Always remember that you are well-equipped, well-educated, and always enough. Ella Fitzgerald is quoted as once saying, "It isn't where you came from, it's where you're going that counts." As college students and recent graduates, it's very easy to get wrapped up in comparing yourself to what your peers are doing or the opportunities they've been granted, while you may feel like you're at a standstill, but don't let that deter you. Your journey is your own and only as important as you make it. It will have twists and turns regardless of how smooth you plan for it to be, but don't let those twists and turns throw you from your ultimate goal. A quote, yes, another one, that truly emphasizes that is a quote from Joseph Campbell that states, "We must be willing to get rid of the life we planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us." During my 4 years here at Columbia College, I've had many plans about what I would do in the future, who I would be, and how I would get there. And all of those plans have managed to evolve with me.
I think of my story as the arduous journey to becoming a butterfly. As a Black, first-generation college student, the road to graduation was long. But making it here has shown me that the life I imagine is waiting for me and attainable. The amount of potential in this group of graduates is astounding. Columbia College has prepared us for a life with no limitations. Yes, there will be boundaries. Yes, there will be obstacles, a few roadblocks, and a few potholes. Shout out to North Main. But there will be nothing that will stop us from living a life that is limitless. Walt Disney is quoted as saying, "We keep moving forward, opening new doors, and doing new things. Because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths." So go out and go forward with a desire to learn new things about yourself and about the world around you. I have the utmost faith in this group that every good thing you desire is already yours. My last quote is from a novel by Toni Morrison, and it says, "You are your best thing." In every situation, you are your best thing. No matter how much you underestimate yourself and your capabilities, you are always your best thing. To every member of the Columbia College class of 2019, we made it through 4 or more years following the 4 C's. No matter how close we may or may not be, I love each and every one of you, and I wish you unlimited amounts of success and happiness. Congratulations, and senior class president out. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Moore, faculty and staff, friends and friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates of the class of 2019, it is an honor for me to stand before you this morning, and I thank you. I am Joey Crosby. I was a student in the online criminal justice program, and this morning I want to share with you a very brief message of something that I learned through this educational journey and something that I learned from my father. When I began my studies, like you, I was focused. I was energetic, I was full of passion, but soon the crossroads of life came. I faced the challenges of work, of school, of personal life, and I found myself ready to quit. I was aggravated, I was frustrated, and one afternoon I came home, and sitting on the kitchen table was a coffee cup, and in that coffee cup was a graduation hat and a tassel, very much like the ones that we're wearing right now. And I was reminded, when life gets challenging and you're frustrated and you're aggravated, just remember the saying on the front of the cup. A few weeks passed by, and I found myself frustrated again because, again, as you all know, we have homework and school life and work life. And the challenges of life were mounting on me. And I went to get up from the table, and I accidentally hit the cup, and it knocked to the floor. Folks, as I stood over that coffee cup, I was convinced that that was the answer to my prayers. That was the sign that I had been praying for. That was the sign to tell me I was done. I was ready to quit. I walked outside and gathered my thoughts for a few moments, and I came back inside, and sitting on the table was a coffee cup. It was not prestigious anymore. It was not perfect. It had some cracks, it had some dents, had a few chips, but it was glued together in one piece. And as I thought about graduation, I thought how symbolic it is of that coffee cup. It's just like you and I. This journey, it has not been easy. There's been bumps in the roads. There's times where we got cracked, we were dented, we were dinged, and we felt broken. But it was the glue of perseverance, drive, commitment, and the support of our friends and family that got us to this moment today. And what started as a vision many, many months ago, and for some of us, many, many years ago, in just a few moments, is going to become a reality. And you should feel proud today because you've accomplished something very big. As a teenager, my father shared with me that he had given me the greatest gift that he could give me. And it would be up to me to determine how valuable that gift was. You see, that gift was my name. And in just a few moments, this academic institution is going to give us something that is very precious to them. It's the greatest gift that they can give us. That gift is the title of Columbia College graduate. And it's going to be up to us to determine how valuable our name and that title is. You see, we author the story. We control the pen. We determine our destiny. When we return home, we're going to take our diplomas and we're going to hang them on the wall. And it's going to be our expectation that our friends and our family are going to walk by and they're just going to marvel and be in awe at what we accomplished. Well, the reality is, only a few will. And tell you the truth, in a few weeks, when we walk by that diploma, it'll fade in with the rest of the frames on the wall. We're not going to be judged by our diploma. We're going to be judged by our actions. And it's going to be our actions that determine the value of our name and our title for us to make a difference in this world. My father also shared with me that there was nothing in life that was free. Everyone always expects something in return. And you see, while we've been on this educational journey, people have been invested in us. They have invested their love, their money, their time, their energy, and their prayers. And they're expecting something in return. Our families are looking at us to make our families better. Our employers are looking at us to make our workplace better. Our communities are looking at us to make our neighborhoods better. And this college is looking at us to make this institution better. It will take the same perseverance, the same drive, the same commitment, dedication, and support that you displayed to get this degree for you to make a difference in this world. Soon, we're going to walk out those back doors, and we'll be Columbia College graduates. And the journey of life will begin. And I challenge you to ask yourself before you walk out those doors, what are you going to do to invest in your name and that title? The expectations are high. There will be challenges. There will be crossroads in life. At times, you will find yourself broken. And when you do, I encourage you to think back to this very moment. Think back to how you feel right now. Think back and bottle how you feel when Dr. Moore hands you your diploma. Remember that feeling, because it will take that feeling and the same drive, perseverance, commitment, and dedication for us to achieve great things in this world. Finally, I want you to remember one last thing. I want you to remember the message on the front of the coffee cup. That message, the tassel, was worth the hassle. Author Jonathan Halls wrote, when you enable people to be great, and when you give them everything they need to be great, that's when they become great. And that is the future. Making a difference in this world, it will not be easy. Just like obtaining this degree was not easy. But to make a difference, I promise you, will be great, and I promise you, it will be worth the hassle. May God bless you, and may He be with you in all of your journeys, and congratulations, job well done.
Good morning. I am Sarah Snell, and 20 years ago, just about on this date, I sat right where you are sitting, waiting to graduate. My heart was full, and my mind was racing as I looked forward to the next chapter in my life and becoming a Columbia College graduate, like my mother before me had done and several cousins. You are surrounded by a very elite class of students, I can tell. Each of you have contributed leadership, dedication, and integrity to this institution, and your legacy will always be present as you leave her hallowed halls. As your representative to the Columbia College Alumni Association, I am very proud to welcome you into the 5th oldest association of its kind in this country. On this very special day, I challenge you to begin planting seeds for the next generation of Columbia College students, reminding them always of our rich heritage since our founding back in 1854. You have worked so hard for your success, and I hope that Columbia College will always have a special place in your heart like it does in mine. To the graduates of the class of 2019, congratulations, best wishes, and welcome to the Alumni Association.
Little technical difficulty here, just hold on.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please stand? Madam President, the students have satisfied all the requirements for the degree. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees. I present them to you in order that you may confer upon them the bachelor's degree.
Because you have satisfied the requirements of the degree, have been recommended by the faculty of Columbia College, and have been approved by the Columbia College Board of Trustees, by the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Board of Trustees of Columbia College, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree. And with that degree comes all the rights and privileges and the responsibilities thereto appertaining. And now, symbolically, I ask you to take your tassels from the right and move them to the left as a symbol that you have graduated.
For the Bachelor of Arts degree, Nebal Rohi Abu Abdo, magna cum laude cum honore. Cassandra Elaine Adams. Elda Aristil, magna cum laude. Alexis Marie Atkins. Ariel Johnny Atwood. Tarine Pedro Arbach, summa cum laude cum honore. Marley Francis Oakes Baron. Liliana Denise Benitez. Ashley Caroline Bonnet. Christopher Andrew Broski. Sierra Labrittany Bowers. Matthew Brooks Boyd. Lydia Kelly Bradshaw, summa cum laude. Margaret E. Brigman, cum laude. Roxy Alaya Brown. Saderiol Shamari Clee Brown. Janice Javon Burgess. Jessica Gabrielle Burris. Nakia Elaine Bias. Alexa Grace Campbell. Walker Alan Campbell. Tiara Elizabeth Cansater. Harley Christine Page Kerrigan. Diana Jade Carter, cum laude. Alisa Sharon Castelluccio, summa cum laude. Terrell D. Coleman. Catherine Elizabeth Contreras, magna cum laude. Malikia Jetera Cook, cum laude. Jasmine Roselle Copru. Scarlett Rose Cotter, magna cum laude. Melissa D. Dake. Bailey Noel Dawkins, summa cum laude. Tamara Nicole Deal. Marianne Christine DeWitt. Sarah Lauren Di Piazza, summa cum laude. George Anthony Traps, magna cum laude. Karen Cholante Fassett. Madison May Ferguson. Lexus Ave Maria Finlay. Rachel Claire Fleming. Addison Michelle Frazier, magna cum laude. Jessica Danielle Frazier, magna cum laude. Tiffany Rochelle Fuller. Sean Romain Gatson. Elaine Sloan Gesendana, magna cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Green. Heath William Gregg. Corey Adam Holman, magna cum laude. Tonya Lynette Harvin. Shanae Hay, with honors. Amy Marie Hyde, cum laude. Kayla Diana Hill. Oriana Hodges, magna cum laude. Caitlin Nicole Hudson. Aria Taisha Huffman. Shane Ariana Hughes. Ruthly Evasi Israel, magna cum laude. Leyal Amin Issa, summa cum laude. Jocelyn Campbell Jacobs. Ebony Alexandria Johnson. Jamie Neil Johnson. Sean Douglas Johnson, cum laude. Alexis Rena Jones, cum honore. Jason Jones, with honors. Whitney K. Jordan, magna cum laude. James Logan Knipe, summa cum laude. Makiva Kennard Shelton. Alexis Simone King. Damekwa Nicole Knox. Deborah Eddie Lorenchuk, with honors. Alexis Lachey Little. Brianna Simone Davidson Livingston, magna cum laude. Stephanie Hoover Mack, cum laude. Tamika Sashia Malcolm. Shalom R. Mungan. Roslyn Nicole Martinez, cum laude. Mary Alexandria Mastro Michalis, cum laude. Lula B. Mattingly. Holly Amanda McCall with honors. Kayleen Brooke McCollister, cum laude. Courtney Elizabeth McDaniel. Cara Doshie McKelvey, cum laude. Patricia Evans McNall, cum laude. Catherine Jessica Milia. Penny Christine Miles. Brittany Nichelle Mixon. Kirill Maisha Mobley. Brandon Charles Montagno with honors. Emily Page Moore, summa cum laude, cum honore. Tonya Marie Mull with honors. Maggie Patrick Murray, cum honore. Lauren Skinner Neal. Catherine Lane Nix. Brandon O'Neill Oates with honors. Caitlin Marie Odell, summa cum laude. Mary Kathleen Odom. Bobbian Lorraine Parker, summa cum laude. Tiffany Ann Parker. Sarah Nicole Parsons. Caitlin Whitney Plain. Hannah Erin Porter, magna cum laude. Samuel John Proud III, summa cum laude. Amy Veronica Puga. Dominic Kira Purdy. William David Ramirez Sr., summa cum laude. India Jessica Ravenel. Lydia Elise Ray. Jordan Desiree Reynolds. Nicole Makisha Richmond. Brian Clifton Ridgway, magna cum laude. Colleen Claire Roach. Stephanie Dawn Roach, cum laude. Destiny Adia Robinson. Pamela Ann Robinson. Guadalupe Robles, with honors. Kevin Michael Rogers, with honors. LaDonna Christine Samuels. Bailey Ann Sandlers, cum laude, cum honore. Amber Elizabeth Sherrill. Rachel Joy Simmons, magna cum laude. Isha Monte Singleton. Alicia Slugger Smith. Destiny Christian Smith. Ebony Nicole Smith. Jasmine Isla Smith. Carly Ann Smith, cum laude. Lisa Jamie Snipes. Morgan Elizabeth Soulsby. Ashley Ikea Sowell. Shannon Louise Strinklin, magna cum laude. Is that you? Is that you? Oh, okay. Okay. Malvonia Andrea Taylor, magna cum laude. Michaela Olivia Taylor. Jerica Lee Thomas. Marisa Nicole Thornton. Marquisha Charisse Timmons. Yolanda Wineta Tindall. Kelsey Renee Tolios, cum laude. Simone Chantal Tolson. Samantha Murray Tucker. April Nicole Turner. Alexa Lynn Vega. Alina R. Dunn Washington, summa cum laude. Rachel Yvette Watson, magna cum laude, cum honore. Latasha Nicole Weston, magna cum laude. Alana Ray Wire. Michelle Diamonic White. Carrie Rose Williams. Caitlin Victoria Wolf, cum laude. Gareth Stephen Woodward, summa cum laude. Courtney Brianna Wright. Joanna Lori Zaleski, magna cum laude. For the Bachelor of Science, Brittany Latrice Adams. Sarah Elizabeth Boss, cum laude, cum honore. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Science degree, Jessica Denise Baxter, magna cum laude, cum honore. Hannah Marie Bradham. Hallie Elizabeth Ann Butler. Jenna Michelle Dominguez, cum honore. Rebecca Johnson Finnegan. Liesel Marie Kepiga Outlaw. Lauren Glenn Cross, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Science degree, Ruby May Hallam, magna cum laude. Mallory Justin Kelly. Alison Nicole Kemsey, cum laude, cum honore. Scarlett Elizabeth Lee. David Nathaniel Lewis. Yara Shanice Miles. Ashlyn Taylor Monroe, cum honore. Alea Tierra Myers. Michelle Ray Segedin Quinlan. Angelica Talents Robichaud, summa cum laude. Crystal Jacqueline Sewell. Danisha L. Seald. Desiree Alexis Vess, summa cum laude, cum honore. Alisa Nicole Weibel, summa cum laude, cum honore. Caitlin Elizabeth Whitty. L. Zeman, cum laude. For the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Melinda Yancey Bourne, with honors. Will the candidates for the master's degree please stand? Madam President, the students have satisfied all the requirements for the degree. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees. I present them to you in order that you may confer upon them the master's degree.
Because you have satisfied the requirements of the degree, have been recommended by the faculty of Columbia College, and have been approved by our Board of Trustees, by the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Board of Trustees of Columbia College, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the master's degree with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining. And so now, as a symbol of receiving your degree, turn your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations.
For the Master of Arts in Criminal Justice, Joshua Adam Blair. Joseph W. Crosby. Cool. Stephen Paul Closier II. You got it. Lee Renwick Davis. Ashley Shante Daniel. Andrew Earl Dyer. Newton Esri Persaud. Crystal Marcel Freeman. Alexia Sheila Gums. Mark Richard Happ. Scott Douglas Hildebrand. Roderick Jamel Jones. Amy Hetto Lutz. Raymond Richard Pollock II. Richard Kevin Powers. Robert Salvatore Tempesta. Here I must apologize for an error in the program. The next degree is a Master of Education in Divergent Learning, and in the program it's a Master of Arts. So for the Master of Education in Divergent Learning, Jordan Elizabeth Atkinson. Victoria Ruth Atkinson. Jessie Nicole Boring. Shannon Marche Burgess. Waylon Javon Gibson. Taylor Alexis Jeffers Gray. Aisha Renette Jones. Randy Joan Ray. Stephanie Cox Ryan. Angel Simpson. Anna Brock Stackhouse. Leila Maria Tessinier.
And now let us all stand as you are able for our benediction. May we pray. May God's blessings follow you all as you find new journeys to travel. May you walk safely along the pathways of your dreams. May God's gentle hand guide the decisions you will make and the passions that you follow. May your hearts and lives always reflect God's love and truth. And may hope be a light within you that you carry into each new day. Amen.